Time now for your forewarned weather with Thomas Keyboy.
Good morning, Utah, and happy Friday. The time is currently 5:42. Here's a live look outside down in St. George as we look across the Southwest Desert. Nice and calm here, but you might notice it's 5:42 and it's quite dark out there. We're still a little ways away from sunrise because the days, they continue to keep getting shorter and shorter. But that means the sunset happens earlier. So for those of you that are waking up this early in the morning, typically that's going to help you out a little bit as we make our way into the fall. Might not need to use the blackout curtains as much. We're currently sitting at 74 degrees down in St. George. That dew point temperature still at 61, which means there's still some humidity in the air, which means we're still looking at a chance of some wet weather by this afternoon, even though things this morning are nice and calm across the state. Here's the current view outside here at ABC4 News with our Colonial Flag camera in the western portion of Salt Lake City, where right now we're currently sitting at 69 degrees in Salt Lake with that dew point temperature coming in at 55. So most of us this morning are waking up with temperatures either in the 50s or 60s, while Salt Lake and St. George, two of the warmer spots out there between the upper 60s and low to mid 70s. By this afternoon, our daytime highs today will come in closer to where they should be for this time of year compared to what we've seen for most of this week. We got to 87 degrees in Salt Lake City yesterday. We'll likely top out right around 89 degrees this afternoon. So the average high for this time of year right around 90 in Salt Lake, while we'll get to 78 degrees in Park City. That's very seasonal for this time of year. And we could see a daytime high climbing to 82 in Roosevelt, while we'll get to 85 degrees in Tooele. In central Utah, topping out at 90 in Castledale, 89 in Green River, 79 for Emory. Then by the time you make your way down to southern Utah, 87 for Milford, 82 for Parowan, a daytime high of 81 in Escalante, and a daytime high of 89 degrees in Hanksville. Today will bring the potential of showers and thunderstorms statewide once again. However, we are beginning to dry things out. We're not seeing as much of that deep monsoon moisture in place, so while the chance for wet weather will exist across the entire state, showers and thunderstorms will be more isolated in nature compared to scattered in nature. But still, if you have those plans to be outside, especially from this afternoon into this evening, keep a watchful eye on the sky just in case. And it's going to be one of those days where the best chance of wet weather will be in the high terrain, but some of those showers and thunderstorms that develop in the high country could move down into those adjacent valleys. For most spots east of the I-15 corridor today, you can see this area shaded in dark green. That is a marginal risk of excessive rainfall that could lead to flash flooding. And when you look at the scale here, it's on the low end risk of that scale. So there is that small possibility, but that chance is fairly low. However, if you're going to be heading to the national parks today, one of the things that you want to keep in mind, or across any of our southern Utah recreation areas, flash flooding is at least a possibility, while at most spots today it continues to remain a probability. Probably a good idea to avoid those backcountry hikes, especially ones that involve slot canyons, dry washes, or are near the burn scars. We will be looking at even drier conditions by the end of this weekend and early next week. If you've been wanting to do those backcountry hikes, there will be better days ahead to do those. Now let's go ahead and begin the futurecast at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and by 3 o'clock, isolated showers and thunderstorms, again, for the most part, across the Beehive State. Just that best chance of wet weather will favor the high terrain, with that slight chance some of those showers and thunderstorms could move down into the valleys. We'll hold on to that chance through the early stretches of the evening. Then as we lose the daytime heating, we lose the instability. The chance of wet weather goes down, looking at mostly dry skies through the overnight. And then for our Saturday, for the most part, it will look and feel a lot like what we get today. I just think tomorrow will be slightly warmer than today, and then that moisture more or less gets cut off completely by the end of the weekend into early next week. So let's go ahead and begin the moisture tracker and walk you through it. Over the last several days, we've seen a high pressure blanket the central portion of the United States with a low pressure to our west. That continues to be the case with that low pressure, but this high pressure will slowly work its way in our direction as we move throughout the weekend, and by Sunday into Monday will park itself just to our south, which is going to help cut off that monsoonal moisture, meaning we'll see mostly dry conditions out there. But maybe by the end of next week, with that high pressure moving a little bit further to the east, we start to see our next surge of moisture by next really Thursday into Friday. And St. George will be looking at the chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms today, middle 90s out there. Then it's upper 90s for our Saturday and Sunday before those daytime highs in St. George likely climb above the century mark once again Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before we bring back that chance for isolated storms on Thursday. Along the Wasatch Front, a slight chance the next couple of days, highs in the upper 80s and low 90s. Then through the first portion of next week, daytime highs low to mid 90s under mostly sunny skies before we could see those temperatures ease down with that increased moisture going into Wednesday and Thursday.